Welcome to Man's Man Monday, a production of the James McGee Show, where it's okay to be masculine, it's okay to be tough, and it's okay to be, well, be a man. Join your host, James McGee, on discussions what a man should be and put an end to the toxic masculinity movement.
Welcome back to the James McGee Show, Man's Man Monday. I am your host. I am James McGee. So it is Monday, and we're going to talk about men, being a man, what men go through, what it's, how tough it is sometimes being a man. Yeah, I read a quote, and I don't know the author, but I really like this one. I've read it before, but I read it today, and it really hit me, and I really like it. It says, "A man who has been destroyed in 1,000 different ways knows 1,000 ways to rebuild himself." So think about that. Think about how you have to look at those things. You can't, those 1,000 ways that a man has been destroyed or you have been destroyed were probably out of your control. But what's in your control is how you respond and how you rebuild yourself. It goes back to Marcus Aurelius and his quote and his philosophy of controlling what we can control and not worrying about the things that we can't, and controlling how we respond. If you can get up and rebuild yourself, dust yourself off, then you're going to be successful. And that's part of, man, it's rough. Been through it. I've been through it 1,000 times, and I've rebuilt myself 1,000 times, and it's not easy, and it is hard, and it's a lot to deal with a lot of times, but that's what you have to look at it. And we don't know. We don't know when something happens, and this is another way to look at it. When something happens, we don't know if that was good or bad. We really don't know. You don't know if it's something may seem like it's just a terrible, terrible thing, and it turns out to be the best thing ever happened to you. I've had that happen. So I'm drinking herbal tea, no alcohol. Actually, there won't be any alcohol for me this week. I'm doing a fast, so there won't be any alcohol this week for me at all. So every night I'll be drinking an herbal tea. So that's how we have to look at it. And there's a lot of times that we think, man, this is a great thing. Well, we really didn't see it at the time, and it turned out to be terrible. So we have to go back to that philosophy that really we have to live by is we control what we can control and don't worry about the things that we can't, and worry about how we respond, worry about how we react. And if you think about it, that's probably 80% of the things that we deal with, things that we worry about. 80% of the things that we worry about are things that are not in our control. So if you've been destroyed, every time you were destroyed, you dwell on the rebuilding and not the destruction. Because as long as you're uh, concentrating on the destruction, you're going to stay destroyed. The minute it happens, okay, what do we do? Here's what's the game plan? What's the what's the operations order on rebuilding? Who cares what happened? You can't control that. You cannot fix that. You cannot change that. But what you can do is get yourself up, dust yourself off, and get back in the game. That's what you can do, and rebuild yourself. So happy Monday. Hope your Monday was great. I hope you had a great weekend. We have some good things in store this week. Not ready to say it yet. There's some tentative plans. Hopefully the guests that we have lined up can be here. We can get this done for Thursday. It's going to be one hell of a show if we can. Hope you have a good week. Until tomorrow for Two Finger Tuesday, McGee is out.